Hi, I'm Jeff Brazil with the University of Arkansas. In this recorded webinar, you will hear Dr. Bill Potter, Associate Professor, and Dr. Kristen Gibson, the Director of the Center for Food Safety from the Dale Bumpers College of Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences, to talk about the Master of Science in Food Safety. Great stuff. And remember, go Hogs.
We want to thank you for joining us. We're so excited that you're here. We're thankful for your interest in the Masters of Science in Food Safety. We got a great webinar planned for you. We got some great guests. We just want to make sure that you're here and everything, and so we're excited about it. And we're going to go through and we're going to have some special guests. Right now, of course, I'm the recruitment manager. I'm going to be here, and then we're going to have Will Hobbs. He's our ace recruiter from recruitment team. He's going to be here to go through the PowerPoint and to help us with that as well. And then we got some special guests from the Dale Bumpers College. We got Dr. Bill Potter. We also got Dr. Kristen Gibson. We also got Kathy Hamilton. They're going to be on this call to help us out, to answer any questions that you have about this wonderful program that we have. We're very proud of it. We're very excited that you're here. So without any further ado, there's going to be a question session halfway through. There's going to be a question session at the end of the webinar as well. So anytime you have any questions, just let us know during that time and we'll get that. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to Dr. Bill Potter to talk about the program.
Yeah. Well, hello, and thank you for joining this webinar today. We're going to talk a little bit about the overview of the program and some of the benefits of an online degree, the admissions process, a little bit about student life, which the Global Campus team will talk about, as well as resources, and then some thoughts around paying for college as well. But what I'd first like to do, next slide, is kind of talk about some key points about the program. This Master of Science in Food Safety Online, it's really designed for a broad range of students in various stages of their educational endeavors and their professional careers. That's the nice thing about it being 100% online. It is interdisciplinary in nature, meaning the instructors come from a variety of backgrounds in food safety education, research, industry. Their emphasis areas include things like meat and poultry products, produce, canned and low acid foods, food microbiology, toxicology, sanitation, food safety law, statistical process control, food defense. There's others as well. It's a 30 credit hour program, which is typically done through 9 online classes of 3 hours each. And then at the end, there's a interactive 3-hour course that consists of a capstone food safety project. During the program, a lot of the working students take a course at a time, fall, spring, and summer terms. It allows them to complete it in about 3 years. Some have done it quicker by doubling up periodically on some courses, and others have gone a bit longer due to necessary things in life that happen, and that's totally fine and normal. And later, Dr. Gibson's going to discuss some requirements for getting accepted into the program, but we wanted to make sure and point out here that the GRE, or the Graduate Record Exam, is not required to apply for this program, which is a trend in some universities for selected graduate programs. But in some, we hope that anyone pursuing a food safety career will consider applying, and we sure encourage people from a broad spectrum of professional experiences to join the program. Next slide, I want to talk about some of the other benefits of the program. And I can't vouch strongly enough for online courses. I took a lot of these myself from several universities through my career to enhance my career after having been in the career for in the food safety area for a long time in private industry. And there's a lot of benefits. In addition to the convenience of completing coursework without having to travel to campus, in this program, there's some other ones I want to point out. For example, just expansion of your scientific knowledge. There's a lot of diverse, broad-reaching perspectives in a number of food safety topics. There's an emphasis in the program on prevention and problem solving. These are very valuable in the food production world. When you study microbiology and toxicology and HACCP or hazard analysis critical control points, or things like food safety regulations in other areas, when you finish the program, you really have a lot more confidence, I feel like, in making important food safety decisions in your day-to-day life and jobs. Food safety management skills are definitely enhanced. And in this program, I like to emphasize that there's a wide range of students, which is, I think, a benefit to the program. Some of the graduates include food safety and QA supervisors and managers, operations senior leaders. We even have graduates that have ultimately become vice presidents of food safety or business development in major corporations in the food industry. Some global companies, some medium-sized companies, small operations, government officials, state and federal. So it's a broad spectrum of type of students and type of industries that's representative. And I think this makes it very interesting, particularly during those discussion boards in class where you're hearing a lot of different perspectives from people with different expertise levels. So it's a very rich program with good course content, excellent instructors, and they are the same instructors that's on our U of A campus teaching on-campus courses. So that's just a little bit about some of the benefits. I'd like to now turn it over to Dr. Gibson to further discuss admission.
Thanks, Bill. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to go over a few of our admissions requirements. They're all available online, but it doesn't hurt to reiterate what they are. So you do have to have a bachelor's degree from an accredited institution. It does not have to be an institution in the U.S., but as you can see, you do actually have to have residency within the U.S. to be a part of this program. It does also state that a cumulative GPA of 3.0 at least in the last 60 credit hours is preferable. However, I will say that we do make exceptions to this because we know a lot of times people do their bachelor's and maybe they get 5 to 10 years of work experience, and that was a completely different person before, right? So we do take other things into consideration. As far as admission materials, you also have to submit a current resume as well as a statement of purpose. Your why. Why are you doing this program? Why do you think it'll advance your career, or whatever your objectives are and goals are? As far as application deadlines go for fall admission, our application deadline is June 1st. That means all materials should be submitted by that deadline. And then for spring, so coming up in this next semester, that deadline is November 1st. So that gives us enough time to review the materials, make offers, and then get you matriculated into the system if you accept. So I think we're going to take a break right now for questions. So if you have any questions you would like to ask, you can ask them now, or if you don't have any and maybe they come up later, you can ask them at the end.
I did have one quick question about requirements. As a person who is working in the food safety space but doesn't have formal education in like a science field, are there any hard and fast requirements for core classes or core competencies as prerequisites?
That's a great question. Not really. You will see that we recommend that, to be most successful, having those kind of fundamental science courses is valuable and will be valuable in several of the courses you will take, specifically, food microbiology or food toxicology, and foodborne diseases. However, we have plenty of students who have really diverse backgrounds, like Bill indicated. And a lot of times they're bringing in their own experience, their own industry knowledge. And that's really kind of giving them that foundation. And, if you're coming from, say, having your degree 5 years ago, I don't remember half of that stuff. So honestly, there's always an opportunity. You may have to do a little bit of catch up, but I will say, like, we're not going to exclude you from being in the program if you don't have like a typical science degree and your bachelor's level. So it's really a applicant by applicant decision.
I know sometimes we get some questions, and we get them through emails about the professors on campus. They're all University of Arkansas professors, correct, that are teaching in this program? Yeah.
Yes, these are all professors at the University of Arkansas that are currently teaching on-campus courses as well.
Awesome. Do we have any other questions or? Okay. If not, we'll move on. My name is Will Hobbs. I'm from the University of Arkansas's Global Campus. I'm going to move on to kind of the topics that Global Campus covers, like the benefits of an online degree, things like that. I'll give an overview of the general admissions as well. So as Dr. Potter spoke on earlier, the flexibility of the program is really, really key. And that comes with being in an online program, and that, if you need to take more or less classes depending on what your current workload is within your career, you can definitely do that. The university does typically have like an upper limit of how long you can take to do a program, but and that's generally around 6 to 7 years. But if you do need to, extend that time out, take one class at a time, that's definitely an option. Only take during the fall or the spring semester. That's an option for you. And then additionally, the university has worked really hard to make this an affordable program. So you pay in-state tuition, and I'll go over tuition for the program here in a little bit, but you pay in-state tuition no matter where you live. Obviously, residency in the U.S. is required. So beyond that, you can't apply to this program outside, but anywhere in the nation, at least, you pay in-state tuition. And then also on top of that, we're here to support you. So what we do at Global Campus, what the university does, and a variety of other offices like the Office of Career Connections, you're going to get access to those things. So if you need to do like a mock interview or something like that, or you need to submit a resume or any of those sort of career type things, we're here to help you. We're not just going to give you the degree and then send you on your way. We want to make sure that you get your best foot forward in this industry. And then the University of Arkansas obviously is a great institution. So, why would you want to come to us? Well, we have a reputation for excellence. We are a top public research institution, and we are accredited by the Higher Learning Commission, and that applies to our online programs as well, because these programs are the exact same ones that you would find on campus. We've been consistently ranked by the U.S. News and World Report as one of the top public research institutions in the nation, and a lot of that is owing to the really great faculty that we have. As Dr. Potter and Dr. Gibson mentioned, these same professors are the ones that are teaching on campus. It's the same degree, it's the same professors, so it's the same education, and you can really use that to help advance your career. We have currently over 150,000 alumni worldwide that are in a variety of industries and have used this degree to pursue different types of industries, careers within the realm of food safety, though. And so just a quick overview of the admissions process. Typically what you'll do is you'll go to the graduate school's application website. You'll apply there, pay the application fee at that time, and submit any transcripts from your undergraduate institution. I encourage everyone, after getting all of that submitted, to check your status then to make sure everything is there and good. From then, you'll receive your decision. Typically what happens is the application goes to it'll be the Bumpers College, so it'll go to that college first, that program. They'll review that information, all of your transcripts and things like that. Once they approve it, they'll send it along to the graduate school itself. The graduate school will just do its final checks. Each one of those steps takes about 10 days. So overall, you can expect to receive a decision within about 3 weeks, give or take. It could be a little faster, but Yeah. So then you'll receive an offer letter, and you'll have to accept that on the same website where you checked the status of your application. So then life as an online student isn't too much different from that of an on-campus student. We use a platform called Blackboard Learn, where it's essentially just like a virtual classroom. You'll be able to check all of your assignments. The syllabus will be there. You can interact with your professor through that. Some professors prefer email. Some do Blackboard itself, like its messaging system. But you'll engage with your peers and with your professor through a variety of different mediums. So discussion posts are a pretty common one. Any papers that need to be written will be uploaded here. And things like group projects, you can usually do like some professors prefer Zoom or Teams or something like that for virtual office hours, but you can meet with them and talk with them through this platform as well. And then if anything goes wrong throughout that, there are support services that are specific to Blackboard. And then obviously you can reach out to anybody here within our global campus office, and we can get you directed to the right spot if anything arises whenever you're working in Blackboard. And then specific to our office, Jeff and I, we work, like I said, for Global Campus, and we have a variety of systems and support services in place to make sure that your education goes as smoothly as it possibly can. So we have online student liaisons, and they really are going to be like your connection. So they'll answer questions. They'll get you connected to any offices that you need to for certain services. So like they can connect you with your advisor. They can't advise you, but they can connect you with your advisor. They could get you connected to the Office of Career Connections or to the admissions office or anything like that. So if you have a question, if you don't know where to turn, the liaisons are definitely there. And coaches kind of serve that same function as well, but they also reach out to you. The coaches are generally like your first point of contact. You'll reach out to them, and or they may reach out to you and talk about, if things aren't going so well, if your class engagement is a little low, they might try to figure out what's going on and see how they can help you. So yeah, we'll have services here that you can talk with people and make sure that you're always, on the right foot. You're on track and things are going as smoothly as they can. And then two systems that we've put in place. One is the student union. So this functions similar to an on-campus student union where you can kind of, engage with your peers, exchange study tips, join like groups and things like that. So it's really just kind of like a collaborative, community, sort of online community center. And then to make sure that you get started out really strong, we've built an online orientation platform. So it uses Blackboard just the same as your regular classes will. But this kind of helps to orient you to how Blackboard works and how to turn in assignments, how to interact with your professor. It's usually the first week and a half or so before you start classes, you'll go through this online orientation. And I encourage everybody to participate because it really helps you get started on the right foot. You'll be able to get a feel for how that whole system works without having to worry about for credit at that time. So that's a non-credit course. So, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our liaisons office. That QR code will take you there. And so, as I said, tuition, you pay in-state tuition no matter where you live in the United States. So the current tuition rate for this program is $500 per credit hour. And then on the right there, you can see the various fees that go along with that as well. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the tuition office, like the financial aid office or tuition office, and they can help answer any questions about that. And then speaking of financial aid, there are a variety of ways that you can approach paying for college. So scholarships are a big one. At the Global Campus office, we offer a scholarship specific to online students called the W.E. Manning Memorial Scholarship, and it awards about $1,000 per semester. So that's specific to online. If you are going online, you are eligible for that. And then if you are an Arkansas resident, there are a few that are available to you as well, such as the Academic Challenge Scholarship and the Future Grant. And then I also encourage you to go to the Bumpers College often has their own scholarships that you can look at and apply for. So definitely go to their website and check that out. And then we've recently learned about, if you go to the financial aid office or the admissions office website, they have a variety of websites where you can apply generally to a large collection of scholarships and see what you're eligible for. And so you can really get a lot of your college paid for just through those scholarships. I highly recommend checking out those resources, and feel free to email me and I can direct you to those locations as well if you have any questions. And then obviously we encourage everyone to fill out the FAFSA. It's where you're going to be able to see what types of grants and loans that you are eligible for, such as the Pell Grant. So if you're Pell eligible, you do not have to pay the Pell Grant back. And I encourage anybody that's eligible for that to take that. And then you can also take out student loans as well, but those must be repaid. And then additionally, if you have any military service, you can use your post 9/11 GI Bill and things like that just as the same as you would on campus. And we also, for a lot of working professionals, we encourage you to reach out to your employer and see if there's any tuition reimbursement that they're willing to do, because a lot of companies are working on that today. And then, finally, if you have any questions, just reach out to the financial aid office. And one last thing that I like to highlight is one of our most cherished traditions that we have here at the University of Arkansas is our senior walk. So we have over 7 miles now of sidewalk around the university's property with the names of over 200,000 graduates. And you, even as an online student, you are a University of Arkansas student. The degree is the same as if you were getting it on campus. So you have the opportunity to get your name etched into our sidewalk and be an Arkansas Razorback forever. So no matter where you are, your name can find its place on our sidewalk. And we really, really are proud of that. And we're excited to see those names every year getting added on there. And just to kind of finish up, this is the contact information for everybody that was here presenting today. So Dr. Potter and Dr. Gibson, obviously, they're professors here at the Bumpers College, and they're both the co-directors of this food safety program. And then Kathy Hamilton is the program coordinator, and then Jeff and me, we are from Global Campus. So any kind of online related things, you can reach out to us, but feel free to email any of us and we'll get you directed to the right location. We'll try to get your questions answered as best we can.
And finally, we just want to thank our special guests that were here today. It just really shows their involvement in the program and how much they care about the program. We're very thankful that you joined us today. Thank you, Dr. Potter. Thank you, Dr. Gibson. And thank you, Kathy. We really appreciate it. And most of all, thank you for joining us today for this webinar. We're very excited about it. We hope someday to see your name on that sidewalk as Arkansas Razorbacks, and we will have a recording of this and we will get this sent to you via email. So thank you again for joining us and have a great day.